let's talk a little bit about 47's Golden Dome project that he plans to fund with $25 billion as a defense system for the United States of America. Let's discuss that a little bit further, shall we? Now, if you're just joining me, I have been discussing that we are coming upon an event called the Black Sun Gravitational Singularity event that is going to be brought on by the birth of the man-child, which is the 13th bloodline. And this is going to cause a shutdown of the moon machine as depicted in Revelation 6:12, which is also going to cause a great solar flash. Once the moon machine shuts down as depicted in Revelation 6:12, as it turns to blood or basically overheats, which the machine inside overheats because there is a new soul that is birthed into the world that the machine is not able to withstand because it's only set at a 12 threshold. Remember, the 13th bloodline is going to overwhelm the system, bringing in new mathematics, new energy into the earth realm system. Everything that is held together by the magnetic resonance that is set up in this earth system is going to come undone. All matter is going to come undone, including the outer layer of the sun is going to come undone because the magnetic resonance is no longer holding everything or all matter together compactly and tightly, including the plates that create seismic activity in terms of earthquakes and volcanoes. You're seeing more activity increase as time goes on because we're nearing the time where the magnetic resonance is no longer holding everything compactly, meaning that the man-child is already on his way to be born. So eventually everything is going to shut down and come undone regardless. In another video, I discussed how the ancient Sumerians were mining gold in the earth realm, or they came to get gold out of Tiamat's veins to stop resets from happening, because what you have is the sun's energy tends to die out over time because there's nothing basically reflecting the energy. It simply seeps out over time and eventually it dies. So the whole entire point for us mining the gold was so that we can create some kind of gold dust that would maintain the sun system and keep the sun from dying out, right? So I take it that they've been listening to me, and maybe you think possibly, and this is just hypothetical, that if you place a golden dome now, because I'm talking about the gold being a reflective or basically feeding energy back into the sun, that if you put a golden dome now, you'll stop the existing sun from dying out. However, I'm here to tell you that's not the reason why the sun is dying out. Also, there are other factors involved in the reason why this sun is dying out. And I'm going to attempt to explain how this realm works and how the energy is shared in this realm, which is the reason why the sun is dying out. And there's absolutely nothing that you can do to stop this process because this is connected to photon light. It is not connected to just reflecting on the sun's energy. This system of Earth system is ran on photon light beams, meaning that we reincarnate back and forth through the moon machine, which powers the entire system. We are the ones that keep these mathematics together. So initially when this matrix was set up, or this system was set up, you had 196 squares that were set up, or this light grid that pretty much reflected or outlined all light beams, okay? And then the magnetic resonance that was created made all matter hold on to each individual person, light being, or animal that's within the system. This is a mathematical system, and it is also a shared energetic system, meaning that within this bubble or within this magnetic sphere, we are on a shared energy, okay? And there is a set amount of energy that can exist here. So initially when the grid was set up, you had 196 squares and all of the light beams were mapped out, and the magnetic resonance made the matter stick onto everyone's bodies and all the animals' bodies, right? However, this was a mathematical equation, meaning that there's a set number of energy that exists here within a closed system. Remember, the law of the conservation of energy is that energy is neither created nor destroyed, but there's also a clause there that says that it has to be within a closed system, and we are living within a closed system. So in essence, we are sharing all of the energetic frequency here. And as photon light beings, we are the ones that are keeping this system intact. And none of us can leave this system, meaning that our energy cannot leave or we will disrupt the magnetic resonance. And nothing additional can come into the system or it will disrupt the magnetic resonance, meaning it will disrupt the mathematics. So the birth of the man-child, which is already shifting the mathematics of the realm, meaning that he is going to be an entity that is born outside of this current system. He's going to be birthed physically into this realm, and his mathematics have not existed here. So that means that everything is going to overload and shut down, and it's going to shut down the system. This is an issue of photon light. This has absolutely nothing to do with you putting any kind of defense mechanisms or anything physical. There's nothing physical that you can put into the environment to save the current sun, because it is dependent on the fact that there is a new photon light being introduced into the system, which is already happening, which is why you see the moon is flipping and it's changing its courses, because we're getting ready to flip. And I have a full video talking about the mathematics of this as I will plug into this video here. What you're attempting to do is you're attempting to solve a problem with physical matter, which again, physical matter will not be a matter when the moon machine shuts down. And what causes the moon machine to shut down is the balance of photon light energy that exists here. So the only thing that can save you is the man-child not coming into the realm, which he absolutely is coming into the realm, as we can see everything shifting. And this is all brought about because, of course, it's prophecy, and that's where we're headed anyway. However, there has been a system of low vibratory frequency that has been created within this realm, meaning that we came in with a set of shared energy, and there's been a bunch of energy manipulation to keep vibratory frequencies on a low so that certain other energies can have power.